Stampin' friends! I am so excited that I get to share with you a fun and easy way to step up your cards by creating a wink spritzer. A wink spritzer. So what do you need? Stampin' Up, we sell these Stampin' Spritzers and they come in a 2-pack. So we're just gonna need one of those today. We're gonna need one of my favorite things, which if you watch me at all, you know I am a fangirl of our Wink of Stella. So we're gonna need one spritzer, one Wink of Stella, and we're gonna need some rubbing alcohol 70%. Rubbing alcohol 70%. So I love our kit boxes. So I save a kit box and I use it for all of my spritzing. So I just open it up, I put a piece of grid paper folded inside, and then I can do all my spritzing. So our Stampin' Spritzers are just exactly like what the name sounds like. They are a spritzer. You can see it's got little, we push it down, there's nothing, they come unfilled with nothing inside. And typically what we do with those is we mix, I have my whole tray here, is we mix a little bit of re-inker with a little bit of that rubbing alcohol, and you can create spritzers in different colors. So you can see I have all my favorites here in their spritzers. And actually, let me show you one of these. So let me grab Pool Party, and let me grab a piece of Basic White, and we'll just shake this up and look, if you have color in it, look at the fun we can create with our spritzers and a little bit of re-inker. So that is the typical way to use our spritzers. I'm gonna move this to the side because I'm gonna show you my favorite way to use these spritzers, which is to make a Wink of Stella spritzer. So I took the lid off, we'll just put that to the side, and I'm just gonna unscrew the top. So you can see it's got that barrel in there. We'll just set that down. It's gonna roll away from me here. I'm gonna grab my 70% rubbing alcohol. I'm gonna open this up, and I'm just going to squeeze a bit in there. You can see it dripped a little. That's why I like to do it over these boxes. And without it falling out, hopefully you can see, I filled this just to the halfway mark with the rubbing alcohol. Now here comes when the magic. So I've got a brand new Wink of Stella here, so I'm just going to pull the lid off. And normally we take off this little black ring to make our Wink of Stella work. So we're still going to do that. And then I'm gonna grab just some tweezers here. And I'm gonna take this little black, there's like, you can even probably use your nails, but there is a little black kind of inside piece here. And so we're just gonna use our tweezers or your nails just to kind of get under there. Actually, let me just use my nails. It usually works better. Because what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull this out. Well, now it's gonna give me fits, right? Just because I'm on video here. Let me grab my take your pick tool. Maybe that will help. And we just need to get this popped up. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so use your take your pick tool, and we're just gonna pop up this center piece here. And you can see that holds our Wink of Stella. And inside you can see we've got filled with that glittery goodness. So we're actually gonna take this and we're just gonna pour a bit of it. You don't have to use the whole thing, maybe half of it, however sparkly you want. Let's just go for it. You know me, I love lots of sparkle. So you can see I'm just adding that into my spritzer tube here. Okay, and then we'll just set that aside. And I didn't use all of it. There's still a good amount in there. So I probably use half, maybe a tiny bit more than half. And then we're gonna take the top of our spritzer bottle, put that right back on. And you can see I've got a little bit of wink on me. Little sparkle never hurt, right? Let me put that back in our Wink of Stella here. I'm gonna put my lid back on my spritzer and we're gonna shake this up. I should probably do that off camera so I don't make you dizzy, but we're just gonna shake that up so you can see that it's all mixed now in there. And look at the magic. So I did this already so you could see when it dries. This is a piece of basic black. Look at that shine. Okay, so then we've got a piece of Secret Sea here, and we just pop our lid off and spritz. Might take a couple to get it started, but there we go. And it's wet now, but the rubbing alcohol dries quickly. That's why we use it. It won't warp your paper or anything. And just look at how that beautifully shines. So we'll let that one dry there a second. You can see the dried piece of basic black. Isn't that just beautiful? Look at those sparkle. So if you had a card that was already finished that you wanted to bling it up, let me see. Here we go. Okay, so we have a finished card here. This is just our Perfectly Pairs set. I had a finished card here. I would set that in my spritzer box. I would grab my Wink of Stella spritzer spray, so when my card was all finished, I would want to just give it a bit of sparkle and shine. And look, do you see on there? Do you see? Look at how it makes a card just absolutely shine and sparkle. So my Wink of Stella spritzer, sparkle spritzer, wink spritzer, whatever you want to call it, but it is a great way to step up your cards and add just that little extra bling, that little extra sparkle, that little extra pizzazz to your projects. So if you need a screenshot of how to make that spritzer, I made a fun card there so you can create your own if need be, or create more if you already have one. And so you're just gonna fill half your spritzer with that 70% rubbing alcohol, open your Wink of Stella, remove that black circle and remove that black plug. Use your take your pick tool. Then you're gonna squeeze half of the Wink of Stella in and replace the cap. You're gonna shake to mix it all up just like I did, and then you're gonna spray, and just about 6 or 8 inches from your project. The closer you get to it, the more sparkle you will add. Let me put that there again in case you need to get a quick screenshot. And now that these are drying a bit, look at all that glimmer and glitz. And you can really put this finishing touch on almost every project that you do, and it just creates that beautiful, glimmery, sparkly, stepping up pizzazz, right? Step up your cards with a Wink spritzer. And look at that Secret Sea. Doesn't that just, looks so good. So, and basic black is another great one. I think you can see I sprayed probably more on this one, or if you did a little less, that's how it would look on that one. So I will put this in frame just in case you missed your screenshot. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you'll make your own Wink spritzer, and I can't wait to see the projects that you sparkle up with this finishing touch that is sure to wow.